morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Christine Teets, and I'm the program manager for the Academy of Finance program. I'd like to thank you all for coming. I know how precious time is, and I promise that I will try to keep this very, very short, but also to give you a lot of information and to allow you to make a great decision if your child would like to pursue the Academy of Finance, which is why we're here. Just like to introduce a couple people. As I said, I'm Christine Teets. I'm the program manager for the Academy of Finance, and this is my 20th year. We have Dr. Richard Faccio, our fearless leader and principal of our building. Jen Lehman, who is the district business coordinator for education. The New Hyde Park Business and Tech chairperson, Sarah Zeppieri-Servini. And Mrs. Flood is here as well. She's one of our Academy of Finance teachers. Thank you all for coming. And here's our agenda for tonight. We start off with who's eligible, some key components of the Academy of Finance. We'll go over each one. Unique events in the Academy of Finance students' 4 years, and the application, next steps, important dates, and question and answer session. Before I begin, on the application, when you do, I have to, I put this disclaimer over the years that I've been doing this. It is a Google Form app. If you are a Sewanaka District student, you should use your school-issued Google credentials to log in. It just makes it easier for you. If you are not a New Hyde Park, a district student, then you can use your family email. That would work too. Any parent's email will work. So you're eligible to use any email that you like, but preferably if you're a district student, you should use your Google credentials. And on the other hand, the first 2 questions that I asked on the Google form and have asked over the past couple of years, since we've been using an exclusive online application, goes over this 2 disclaimers. One being that you're aware, it's the first box that you check, that the Academy of Finance is located at New Hyde Park Memorial High School, that if you are accepted to the program and you accept the program, you become a full-fledged New Hyde Park student. You participate in our club sports and activities. You come to the school every day, and that is, you're going to, stay here for 4 years and graduate from the Academy of Finance here at New Hyde Park. So that's our first disclaimer. The other disclaimer came up a couple of years ago when I had a very eager 7th grader apply to the Academy of Finance. So that one is a little bit newer than the first one, but I had a very eager 7th grader. Her 2 older brothers, or eldest brothers, were in the Academy of Finance, and in 7th grade she applied, and all of a sudden I'm going through and I'm looking at her teachers, and I'm like, I don't think these are 8th grade teachers, and then it dawned on everyone that she was in 7th grade. So she was so nice. She's in 11th grade now in the Academy, but she was so nice, and I said, Samantha, I said, you applied this year, but you have to wait till next year. She's like, okay. And the next year I made sure to send her the link so that she could apply. But those are the 2 disclaimers on the application. In the first 2 boxes, you're just asked to check that, you've read them and that you've become a full-fledged New Hyde Park student. So all students in the Sewanaka Central High School District are eligible to apply to the Academy of Finance as long as they're part of the class of 2028. And even if you do not attend one of the 5 high schools, you can still apply. At this time, I'm going to invite our principal, Dr. Faccio, to come up and speak to you, say a couple words of welcome.
Good evening, and thank you for coming again. So by a show of hands, who are here from a school other than New Hyde Park? Okay, great, thank you. That's good. Welcome. For those of you here, you probably have known and seen me before because we've done different things for parents. But New Hyde Park, one of the things we want to talk about with the Academy of Finance is why would you want to be here? Why is this a program that you want to be part of? And I think that's an important piece. It's one of the things that you look at, and the reason why I would want you here is because it's a business program that really teaches students to do well, and this teacher is going to go over all of that. But what I want you to understand, and it's something that actually just happened to us just over the past couple of months. I've been here 12 years now. I'm the principal for the building for 12 years. I was actually a business teacher before I became an administrator, so it's even a better fit for me, and I can talk a lot about business classes and programs. And what I'll tell you is, the high schools that your children will be going to all have business programs. I'm not going to lie, that's the case. They all have classes, they all have different classes, they all have business classes. But the program itself, and it's through the banner that's behind me, it is a program that is different, and that's what makes the program different. And to give you the best example I could possibly give you, I had one of our counselors came up to me in September, and she said, I just received a phone call from Cornell University. I said, oh, okay, that's nice. You know, we have every once in a while have students that want to go to Cornell. Great place. It's one of the best Ivies in the country. And we had one of our academy students last year go to Cornell. Brenda went to Cornell, and Brenda made such an impact over the August to September timeline that they wanted to come and find more academy students to go to Cornell at New Hyde Park. And that says a lot. We found out there's 70,000 applications to Cornell a year. They take 3,500 students, and they wanted to come to New Hyde Park because of the program, because of the way that student, Brenda, was taught, learned, behaved, acted, and that's all based on her experience in the Academy of Finance. So right there and then, that's enough for me to say a stamp of approval on a program. It says, and unfortunately I can't guarantee that all of you in this audience is going to go to Cornell, but it says that you have that opportunity and you're going to learn things that are going to help that process along. And it might not be Cornell, but it'll be a great college. And that's really the benefit of the Academy of Finance. You're learning a lot of different skills. And the last part about that is the skills don't have to relate to business. And we have a lot of that happens. When we go to the graduation dinner in June, all the 32 students that are graduating talk about what they want to do. Nursing, business, education, law enforcement, whatever the case may be, but this, again, the important piece about that is the skills that they learn through this program. Okay, so that's, to me, one of the most important parts about the Academy Finance is the skills that your child would learn as being in this program. We have, usually, it's 32 students that get into the Academy a year. We have usually over 100 applications. Okay? So that's an important piece for you to understand, but what we want is, and I'm very impressed tonight, we were kind of talking on the side, that not only do we have parents here, but we have the students here with their parents. Because that's an important piece, because I know, I have 6 kids. I know I'm sitting next to my one son, and I said, hey, you're going to go and do this. All right, Dad, whatever. You know, and he comes with me. Does he want to do this? Maybe, maybe not. I want him to do it. You probably want this child sitting next to you to do it. The question is, do they want to do it too? So that's an important piece, but again, what I'm telling students is, you want to do this program because of the skills you're going to learn over the 4 years that you're in the program, the friendships you're going to build, the ability to do things that other students don't have to do. You're going to be able to sit there, and when you have someone come up to you and they say, how are you doing? Tell me about yourself. Within 1 minute, using what they call an elevator speech, you're going to be able to do that. So it's an important piece. New Hyde Park Memorial is a great place. I'm not saying that because I'm a principal here. I think you'll see if you get a chance to come, if you're not from here, and you have a chance to come visit the school. It's an amazing place. It is the biggest student population in the district. We have 1,776 students as of today. We were at 1,730 when we started the school year, so we're growing. But it's an amazing building. We have amazing teachers, and it's just one of the places where I'm very proud to be the principal here because of all that goes on. And a lot of that, most of that actually, is because of the students that sit in front of me on a daily basis. Because they work hard, they try hard, and that's what the Academy of Finance is about as well. That program emulates that. We look at it. We want students in the program that are going to do that as well. So we hope that you decide to make that choice to fill out the application. I'm going to be here throughout the night. I'll jump in at any point if Ms. Teets needs any questions answered, or in the end if we do questions, or even after that when we're finished, I'll be around for any questions. But thank you for coming again, and welcome to Hyde Park Memorial.
Thank you, Dr. Faccio. We do have some students to speak to later on, so let's get to our agenda. Second on our agenda is what are the 3 benefits of the Academy of Finance? And number 1, Dr. Faccio mentioned skills. Oh, I just wanted to mention about Brenda, about that student. Brenda was a Sewanaka student. She came here from Sewanaka, and she really tried, in the times that she came here, it was her year. She was in 9th grade when school closed a little early that year, and then she came back. But she really embraced being a leader in this building, and that's what's propelled her. One of the things that I always love, and we've had a number of them over the years, but Brenda was the most recent, is when a student comes here from another building, starts here in the 9th grade, and then Brenda was elected as one of our homecoming royalty. So one of 2 students, by her classmates, by her peers. So we've had a number of homecoming kings and queens over the years in the academy, and students who have come from other buildings. Always, a real mark on what type of student that is. But Cornell was a story that that I'm very proud of, and I have an email that I actually received today from Cornell. The lifelong career skills, I'll touch upon those in just a second. The 33 college credits are through LIU, and recently 3 additional college credits were added through Nassau Community College. So one of the courses the students will take in 10th grade, a half-year semester course, they can also apply for those 3 college credits from Nassau Community College. So we're up to 36. That's a lot of credits. I was a graduate from the academy, and at the time of my graduation, it was 18 college credits. So over the years, we've definitely built the program. Lifelong career skills, college credits, and of course, the work-based learning experience, which is an exciting part of the Academy of Finance. Skills. Skills are important. Whenever we're working at something or trying to learn, we're trying to build our skills. And there are 2 types of skills. There are specific job skills, and there are also life skills, and sometimes called soft skills. But when Cornell was here, they gave me a new name for that. They don't like to call them smart skills at Cornell. They call them smart skills. And so I've adapted that name for the soft skills. Skills that are applicable to any career that you pursue. Communication, leadership, and we focus on skills. Skills are tangible. You can talk about your skills. You can tell people what you've achieved and how you achieved it. And that's our focus in the academy. Years ago, when colleges would visit, they would say that students who started off freshman year lacked leadership skills. And we really try to build those leadership skills. One of the reasons that the Academy of Finance is not a program like the Sewanaka programs where the students retain their home school and visit that school for a couple periods a day is because the Academy is building school leaders, and we want you to be the leaders in this building. Analytical thinking and innovation, active learning, emotional intelligence, or EI, EQ sometimes, complex problem solving, and creativity, originality, and initiative are all fostered as skills in the academy over the 4-year program. When you have one class, you continually build. There's very little, we work very hard to not have overlap between the classes. And we've attained that over, the program's been, I've been managing the program for 20 years, but it's been around since 1991 was the first graduating class. So it's been around for a lot longer than 20 years. So we want to make sure that every class that the student is in, that there's no overlap, the teachers all work together, and we can work in these skills with a group of students who are used to teamwork and working together, so we build those skills. How does the program exactly work? As Dr. Pacho said, 32 students, a full class is accepted to the program. They start off in the 9th grade. The students that you met out in the front, all the students wanted to come and help tonight. That class has been together just since September, and they're already, they're very good friends. They work together well, and all of them wanted to come and help tonight. So we ran out of the chairs. The students were nice enough to, open the door for everyone. But they begin in 9th grade, and they take one course in 9th grade. They get to know each other, work together, and that would be the first day for you students of school in September of 2024. And the students will take, there's a course of study. I'm not going to go through each class, but obviously to attain 36 college credits, the students' schedule is enriched. They will take all the other academic subjects during the school day, and within their normal 9-period class day, their course will be enriched with the Academy of Finance electives. In the 9th grade, it's just one course. Right now we meet 8th period. In the 10th grade, it's a full year course, computer applications. The 9th grade class doesn't have college credits. It's just kind of a basic introductory to everything that we're going to do. And then the 10th grade classes, both of those are for college credits. And then in 11th and 12th grade, there's 3 full periods of academy classes. And I have, how many of you are in the real estate class? Oh, see? Okay, so we have 4 students who are here to speak. All 3 of their academy classes, they've elected to take an additional business class in their schedule for real estate, which is another elective that we offer in the building. So they didn't even, if you think three is a lot, they've elected to take another one. So that's the kind of students that we have. The course of study is available on the website, each of the courses that are taken each year. Okay? Students can earn up to the 36 college credits. Those are through LIU, 33, and the other 3 are through Nassau Community College. Upon graduation, the students receive their Regents Diploma from New York State, and they receive from our national organization that we're affiliated with, NAF, which is the National Academy Foundation. They have multiple different types of academies. They actually started in the New York City schools, and like in the 80s, in the early 80s, like something like 1982, and now they have different types of academies in different, all over the globe, not just the country. They receive that certificate of financial studies. There's also a program that the students are enrolled in called NAF Track, and NAF Track helps them when they're looking for internships in college and career, that they have been kind of certified as a NAF student, and they can take that with them to employers, and employers know that they're part of NAF. They have affiliates. So that's part of, the college and career part of it, how this branches out. So that's the course of study. Work-based learning, this is what everybody gets excited about. I remember when I was young, my mom would go to work, and I was like, what is she doing? Like, what's work? And I was so interested. So I told you that I graduated from the academy, and one of the real draws for me was the fact that we used to call them internships back in my time. But one of the real draws for me was like getting to know what I would do at work. What would I produce? What would I be doing? What would be the nature of the work? And the work-based learning experience is exactly that. It's to prepare students prepare students so that when we actually take one of the courses that's not another non-college credit course. It's the second semester of junior year, and it's called Work Prep Success. And the entire class is devoted to students preparing to go on these work-based learning experiences. It has to do with everything from preparing a resume and delivering an elevator speech. We have a mentoring session with our advisory board, everything to do. So a lot of times, right before the junior year, mom and dad will come to me and they'll say, I don't know if our son or daughter is ready to go to work this summer, and they're very nervous. And I'm like, don't worry, they will be well prepared to not only to go to work, but to secure the jobs and to also be really great employees. Because we go over attitudes in the workplace and, how to behave at work. And we even have a sexual harassment seminar to make sure that the students, are aware of that, because that's important. Essential job skills. Here are some of our students at work. There's Gabe, he's there. Don't worry. Yes. So those are some of our students at work. I do go visit them all in the summer, right? I came to visit all of you this summer, check in on you and how the experience is going. And it's always fun. It's fun to see the students over the summer. Our advisory board is, they are community business leaders, and they participate in all different aspects of the Academy of Finance, including help to donate money for scholarships when the students graduate, and the dinner that we hold each year for the Academy of Finance graduating class. So this is one of my favorite events. It takes place in the spring. This is also some of the students that you see here. We have the advisory board mentor the students, and we do type of a round robin, and they meet and they ask different questions. They look at their go over their resumes, ask about their college aspirations, and it's a really, really exciting event in the students. We do a lot of guest speakers. Like I know they had like 2 in their classes this week. This is the mentoring session. You can see we go over dressing for success. It's really important that students, know that they have to show up to a job interview in the proper attire. In the spring, the students participate in what we call a capstone project. They're in a class together, and they're actually creating business plans for their own business with their students. They take on roles, CEO, CMO, CFO, and they get to actually compete in these business plans. They first compete against each other, and then sometimes have an experience to go to an organization. And this particular group got to compete. This was pre-pandemic though, at Columbia Business School. So that was a really exciting experience for the students to be selected to go to Columbia Business School and present their business plan that they created. And sometimes there's cash prizes for that. All right. So before I'll go back here. I'm actually going to invite the students up now. Anyone have a preference? Anyone want to go first? Yeah, I love that idea. Come on up. Pass the mic.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so my name is Gabriel Paniago. I'm a senior, and I'm in the Academy of Finance. So originally, I went to Sewanaka. I went to Sewanaka 7th and 8th grade, and it was kind of a difficult decision for me to switch to New Hyde Park because, I had some friends, and I was, as probably a lot of you, on clubs, a lot of sports, and that was me too. I was very involved, and I really liked Sewanaka already, and I didn't want to leave just yet, but I most anticipated, I was very nervous for meeting new people and leaving my old friends, but as soon as I got here, I realized that there was something special about the academy that I wouldn't find at Sewanaka, I got here and it was kind of the COVID year, so it was I didn't feel it just at first, but especially in 10th grade, the Academy of Finance gets really close. Everyone's very close with each other. It's kind of like a little family that we all have. a certain amount of class with each other. Like we all know each other for like these 4 years that we're together. So yeah, making the decision to join the Academy of Finance in 8th grade did require a lot of trade-offs, like I said before. But I know it was worthwhile because they're just things that they teach me that like I wasn't gonna get anywhere else, and I knew I wouldn't get it at Sewanaka. Like even right now, like we're learning about like how to do our taxes and like, things that we're gonna have to know eventually, things that we're gonna know. Like yeah, so yeah, things that we're like gonna have to know, and like a lot of people are like, oh, you know, like why go to school? Like we're gonna learn. Like, I'm never gonna have to know about like the history of I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's very useful. It's definitely nothing that's not gonna like. It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna be a waste of your time. That's what I mean. And what?
Where are you gonna go to school? What's your first?
Oh, okay. So originally, like when I was actually at this meeting when I was in 8th grade, I did not think at all I was gonna be into finance. But like I think after my first year at the academy, I really liked it, and now I wanna be a major in finance, and I wanna go to Baruch. And the great thing about the academy is they probably already told you, they give you a lot of college credits. So I'd probably be able to graduate a year early because a lot of CUNYs take the credits, and a lot of SUNYs take the credits as well. And on top of that, the APs that I take, like, like when I got here, I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to take any APs. That's a big misconception. Like, you're going to be able to take APs, just not as much as other students, but you're going to be able to take them. And wait, sorry. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Adriana Benazaka, and I'm currently a senior at the Academy of Finance. I came from Flow Park Memorial, which is also a great school. I was very hesitant to leave because I had all my friends, and I was a cheerleader, I was a soccer player, so I was very hesitant about not only my friends, but leaving my teams, and I would say it has been one of the best decisions that I've made in my entire life. You make so many new friends, not only in the academy, but in the entire school. The academy definitely becomes a family. You guys all have your own little roles in the family, and it kind of just works. The teachers are absolutely wonderful. Sorry. The teachers are wonderful. They are not only teachers, but they become your mentors, your role models. They are wonderful. This summer, going into your senior year, you'll do a work-based learning experience where I actually got to work in the school, and I worked in the main office, and was just able to give back to my school after everything they've done for me. Yeah, so you learn many things: communication, teamwork, leadership. You have so many good experiences that you wouldn't have not being in the academy. We do academy field trips just the academy, which is wonderful. It's like going on a trip with your family. So yeah, so I want to go to Malloy and for nursing. But I definitely recommend the academy. It's a wonderful experience. So.
Hi, my name is Kayla Smith. I'm currently a senior in the Academy of Finance, and my home school was Sewanaka. In the beginning of 9th grade, I most anticipated having a hard time finding friends. It was harder for us because we came COVID year, but it would probably be a little easier for you guys since you guys are starting together. Yeah, I anticipated having a hard time finding friends, and also the new environment. Like, if you're not coming from like Floral Park or Elmont, Sewanaka building is different than this building, so you're gonna have a kind of a hard time getting used to the building, but it comes naturally after a while. I overcame my fears when I came to my park because we just do group work. As soon as you come, you're going to be doing group work, team building activities. You're going to know your classmates within the week. You're going to find a friend within the first week you come. making the decision to join the Academy of Finance in 8th grade did require trade-offs. You won't be with your home friends every day. That's basically the main trade-off. That's what mostly made me second guess my decision coming here, was leaving my friends. But after a while, you make your own friends, you make new friends, you make a new friend group, so it's not hard. And that also helps you focus, leaving your home friends, because now you're focusing on your schoolwork more rather than being with your friends every day. And it was also a worthwhile endeavor because it helped give me more structure in my learning. We learned like time management here, which I wouldn't have got at Sewanaka. We also learned like things you need for the future, as Dave said, like we're learning taxes, debit and credit. I wouldn't have known that at all if I didn't join the academy. I plan on attending John Jay, and my major will be criminal justice. And yeah.
Hi, my name is Samira DeMorsi, and I'm currently a senior in the Academy of Finance. My home school was originally Elmont Memorial High School, and in the beginning of 9th grade, I definitely anticipated being in this is a great program, but I didn't want to leave my friends as well. I was always about friends, that's about it. And I just didn't want to leave the neighborhood I grew up in, so yeah. When I came here, I didn't know what to expect because I'm used to being with my friends like every day and just always around them. So here, I didn't know anyone, and it was definitely hard. My mom was persuading me very, very hard to go here because she had a vision that this was like the best fit for me in my future. And I overcame this after quarantine, like in 10th grade, everyone was back. And I was like able to interact with my classmates and get to know them more. And like unexpectedly, I got a best friend within maybe a month because I'm shy. And yeah, this showed me not to that you're not gonna always be with your lifelong friends from your hometown. You'll, like Kayla said, you see them on a weekend or something. I'm shaking, sorry. Making this decision to join the Academy of Finance in 8th grade did require trade-offs, which everyone said is the main part, leaving with my friends and the neighborhood I grew up in and the teachers I did great relationships with. And I know it took a while to endeavor because switching schools taught me how to get out of my shell and adapt to the environment because I was always shy and I had the attention here that the people here aren't like my friends at my old school. They just wouldn't understand me. So I did have kind of a negative mindset entering school, but that eventually changed my AOF family. And like these kids here in your AOF class will be your family when you graduate, lifelong friends. It may take time, like me, it did kind of take time. I was always in my shell, didn't want to talk, none of that. But trust me, when you leave, you will love them for life. And yeah. This accelerator program did allow me to gain interpersonal skills and professionalism that I bring with me to college. This program also exposed me to parts of the business umbrella, like such as internships, opportunities, meeting CEOs from one of the and having great time management skills because in this program, honestly, you would be surprised with a lot of your classmates who don't know how to write checks or who don't know how to write resumes, and this program will teach you how to do that easily, and you'll learn how to have elevator speech, like what's it called? Like for an interview and stuff like that. It will be easy and come naturally for college. So I got myself this program definitely allowed me to be more active, such as being like a student athlete. I'm a gymnast here, and I do gymnastics outside. I got myself into clubs, which I didn't do in Elmont at all. So I'm in clubs like Art Honor Society, FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America. They're definitely going to allow you to do that. It's kind of a requirement. I was also in junior achievements where we were allowed to teach elementary school kids the basics of business and finance. I really love that because it helped me teach them what I know. So my mom turned out me right, thank you, because I focused more on my books rather than friends and drama, and I maintained the 3.8 GPA, and I stayed on honor roll for all my 4 years. So yeah, Lastly, I plan on attending Fisk University, located in Nashville, Tennessee, which is a HBCU, aka Historically Black College and University. Fisk University is ranked top 5 for the best business programs for HBCU, so I was very interested in that. And I will not be majoring in accounting thanks to this business program because I didn't know what my career was going to be when I came here. I didn't know. This program taught me what my career was going to be because at first I think I wanted to be a real estate agent. Now I want to get on the side and focus on accounting and helping people with their finance. So yeah, thank you for showing up.
What's it called? I was just expressed to me, like one of the big things that's like a kind of a misconception is that if you're like, if you want to go into business, to go into accounting, like accounting, finance, like only if you want to go into business, that is 100% not true. Like whatever career path you're thinking on going in, you're gonna like the skills you learn at AOF are gonna be like necessary. Like we did last year for work prep success, we did like mock interviews. We did a lot of things that you're gonna need, not only just to like get a job, but like, you know, just to keep track of your finances and, you know, be good financially.
Yeah, so my major is criminal justice. I want to be a lawyer, but this year in 12th grade, like you might be thinking it's just like business, but like it is business, but it's not only like finance. Like you won't only just be doing numbers. Like this year we're doing business law, which helped me realize. Yeah, at first when I started, I wanted to be a real estate agent, like Samara said. I think most people say that, but when I started taking real estate, I decided it would probably be better as a side hustle, and then mainly being a lawyer.
Thank you guys. Thank you. And actually, the 2 points that were just made were perfect, because I was just going to say that too. If you look at these, this is a small sample of our current senior class, you know, Gabe is finance and Samara is accounting. Those are their chosen paths. But then we have nursing, and we always have a good number of students who pursue, you know, the healthcare field, and criminal justice as well. So every career path, and over the many 30 years, more than 30 years, we've had students, you know, pursue every career that you could think of. We have a lot of dentists, we have a lot of doctors, we have a lot of PAs, and everything that you can think of. Lawyers, a lot of lawyers too. So it just kind of opens your eyes to what career is. So, and in a way that you'll see what the work is going to be. Just like I was talking about, like, what am I going to do at work? Here's you've heard so many great things. If you're convinced, if you're not convinced, you know, there's just some things that we have to go over in terms of next steps. But I don't want anyone to not apply because you're worried about competition. And what I mean by that is if you are interested in the Academy of Finance, I wouldn't be worried if somebody has a 99 average that you're going against. It's your interest, your motivation that's going to shine through. Because there is a personal meeting that takes place with each applicant. Every year, every student that applies gets a personal meeting. And during that meeting, you would get to answer, it's the questions, I'll tell you what it is, because I'm going to tell you anyway, because it's not, I don't want to even say it's an interview. That's a scary word, especially for 8th graders, and I've probably met thousands of 8th graders over 20 years. And it's still, you know, scary for them, but we make them very comfortable. But the questions that we ask the students are the questions, the short answer questions on the application. So you should get an actual copy of your Google form application. That's one of the settings that I have set so that you get the whole thing back, all of your answers that you supplied. And if you were really nervous about meeting with me and Mrs. Zabieri Savini and a guidance counselor, and we are going to ask you the same questions on the application, just so that we can get to know you a little bit better. And we're really gonna look for if you're interested. Oh, like over the years, like Dr. Pacho said, you know, Greg's his son, he's not really, you know, he wants him to do it. Samira said, her mom said, you're doing this. So over the years, you know, if we get into a meeting and a student's like, I don't want to do this, And, then we have a conversation and just see if, if it's really just that they're coming to the interview because they were told they have to, but there's no way that they want to pursue this. So that's kind of what we're trying to see. But then on the other side, I've had students come to, I could think of a student she graduated in 2020, the year of COVID graduation. And when she was in 8th grade, she came in a full suit and with a resume, and she really wanted it. She proved to us that she wanted it, and she's not the only one. But what I'm saying is, don't let competition stop you from applying. If you're interested, if you're not interested, those are reasons to apply or not to apply. But don't worry, you'll be able to have that personal meeting, and during that personal meeting, you can convey that you're really interested in this and that you'd really like to be a part of the program. And that goes a long way for an 8th grader. So this is on the application. The deadline is, this is a QR code too. I'll share, you all supplied your email, and I will share this entire presentation with you. And there is QR code here for the application. And when I send you this presentation, I'll also send you the link to the application. And it's, a Google form. And definitely make sure that, even if you're going to type it for your child, but you sit down and that's fine, but that they're sitting there too so they know what answers, because we do look at those when we're meeting with them. So they'll say, they'll be like, oh, I wrote that. just say it. I have a senior and a sophomore, so I know about that, filling out things for them. All right, what happens next? So you apply. A lot of people think that they get worried. The application, I'm not actually going to really do anything, process an application until after the deadline. So it says, once the application is turned off. So the due date is Sunday, so I probably won't turn off the application until the following day. So if something happens, and you don't hit submit or something and you realize it, but you can always, one of the things that you can do is you can always withdraw an application, but you can't always submit one past the deadline. So if you think you're interested, you want to just get that application in, and then, if later on, January 25th, you decide, I've had many students that, no, we're going to go to a private school. We're not even going to stay in this district or this school. So you just withdraw your application. It's that simple. It's a quick email. Guidance counselors and myself complete all the next steps. You don't have to do anything. The next thing that you'll hear from your guidance counselor, or if you're a New Hyde Park student, you'll hear from me when your meeting is scheduled for. All meetings take place in the students' building. So we go to Floral Park, we go to Cary, we go to Sewanaka, and we meet with the students in their school during the school day. It's worked out just fine in the past. Okay? If it's private school, we'll usually make arrangements for you to come to one of the schools when we're there. Okay? In-person interviews, questions asked during the interview will be the same as the questions on the Google form. All right, so some frequently asked questions. What if I'm not sure that I want to be a business major in college? So the students were nice enough to address that. And I really wouldn't expect anyone to know what they wanted to do in 8th grade for sure. And I'm sure that's going to change a lot. So no worries about that. And if you're really interested in gaining those skills, because you know that you're going to pursue and you want to be a productive student in the future, productive college student, productive, career in your career. So if you have that kind of drive and motivation, it doesn't matter what career you pursue. These skills will help you. Yes, the district does provide transportation to New Hyde Park. This was a common question. So for you students, you get a bus in the morning, and then are there 3 opportunities in the evening for buses?
Yeah.
3. So it's usually 4:30, right? 3 o'clock. School's from 8 to 3 here at New Hyde Park. First bell rings at 8, and the last bell rings at 3, and then it's about 3:05 when the buses leave, if you leave right after school, but of course, our students are so involved in so many things. 4:30, there's another opportunity, and then 6. Now they drive, so they're like bus. So there is, transportation is provided. And when you're accepted, I take care of arranging the bus, so we'll reach out to you for the information. This was a question I actually get all the time. What if I decide that I don't want to apply this year? Can I apply to the Academy of Finance next year? And the answer is no. This is the one-time opportunity to be part of the Academy of Finance. The district has so many great programs. So if you are interested in pursuing one of the CTE programs in the future, or you have other ideas, but this program, what we strive for is commitment. So if you're going to apply to the Academy of Finance, okay, you're part of a group of students. And we do mention this all the time. So I mentioned earlier also that your children, they apply, they're going to have a meeting, they're going to be interviewed, and they will receive either a waitlist letter or an acceptance letter. If they are accepted, there will be a date on there to say you need to, if you are interested, now you get to accept us. If you would like to be part of our program, then you need to accept us. There's a date on there. And all it would take is, you would have to sign a commitment. There's a commitment form, you sign the commitment form, and you hand it in. No problem there. Yes, I'm going to be part of the program. On the other hand, if you're not, it would take an email saying, you know what, thank you for the opportunity, but again, we're not gonna pursue this. Guess what? A waitlist spot opens up for someone else. But if you accept and then you decide, maybe like a year into the program, once you leave the program, that spot doesn't open up for anyone else. So someone else that was on that wait list or waiting doesn't get a chance to pursue their goals of being in the Academy of Finance. So we take commitment really seriously because it is a 4-year program, and once you take a spot, okay, someone else doesn't get that spot or that opportunity. But we'll consider all of what you have to offer. We'll take that personal meeting, weighs higher than anything else when you can, communicate that you're really interested, you really want to be a part of this. And then once you get that acceptance, you commit to the program, and that's 4 years. It's not, all of a sudden, like, oh, cosmetology came up, I really like to do that. But there's not an opportunity for that. So the students, they take a lot of coursework in business, and that's what the commitment is, the enriched elective program. So that's really important to us. And it's really important, it should be really important to students as well, not to be part of something, and the students talk about having a family. They talk about how they made friends, and they have these friend groups, and they work together all the time, and all the things that they're accomplishing together. So that's something that if you're interested, if you leave, you're not going to experience that, so you wouldn't have gotten the full package. Okay? So there's only one application here, and you're here, so you're doing the right thing. I always like to share a couple testimonials. So this student went to Sewanaka High School, and one of the things about the Academy of Finance is it's kind of like one of those things that while you're going through and you graduate from, and then you go on to college and career, and then you're like, wow, I'm prepared. And you look around and you're like, oh, maybe these people aren't as prepared as I am. Wow, look what I can do. Look at my skills. Look at what I'm able to accomplish. And that's what we hear back later on, all the time. So here's another student, actually, and I know you can't read it, but this is another student who graduated in 2022 and also attends Cornell as a student in the Academy of Finance. And actually, her neighbors are here visiting with us tonight because she talks about the program so much. And I always say that our main marketing tool is word of mouth with the Academy of Finance. you hear about someone who's been through the program, you have siblings, cousins. We get so much repeat business. But when you have a neighbor, and this isn't the first time a neighbor has recommended the program, but this young lady who wrote this email, I get a lot of these. So she's only 2 years, well, this is her second year out of high school, and she's already writing one of these emails. But usually it takes a little bit more time. But we have some really fantastic graduates from the program doing really wonderful things, and we love to hear back from them, and we do. We hear back from them a lot. So this is the email that I actually got this morning that Dr. Faccio was talking about, and it was written to the guidance counselor who invited Cornell to come here. Brenda was Ms. Marino's student, and when Ms. Rodriguez here, the Associate Director of Admissions, came to New Hyde Park, she was invited, and she presented to a group of students, and it was really interesting. And the one thing that she said, and when Dr. Faccio was telling you about Cornell, is she said the words, NAF, meaning the Academy Foundation, rates with us. Like when we see NAF, that's what rates with us. So those words, and then she wrote it again in this email. She said, I'll be in touch next May to discuss how we can collaborate with the NAF Academy of Finance students for fall 2024. So this was just a really, really impressive, it's one student, but we do the same thing, and businesses do the same thing. When you hire someone and they're phenomenal, and they're out of this world, and they're more than your expectations, you say, where did you come from? And you go and you look where they came from, and you cherry pick them. So that was a big thing for us. But I'm now going to open it up to questions. I hope I talked about, I usually try to get everything in there. Some parents emailed me questions, and I tried to work those in as well. But yes, go ahead.
Do you have examples of the workplace learning?
So Adriana was she worked here in the main office. Another student, she worked at ERA Computo. But we always said this is definitely a common question. So we do let the student. There was like those COVID years, and some of the students' parents didn't want them working because of they didn't want them exposed and different things like that. So over the past couple of years, we allowed the students more leeway, and if they'd like to choose a job that they, is local to them, but we always have work-based learning that we can help them find too. So we were just talking today about Bank of America. There's some opportunities in Chase. So as I know it's been a long time since I hate to even say COVID, but these students who are graduating, they started 9th grade. They came here to the information session, they applied, we interviewed them, they were all accepted, and then in 9th grade I only had Gabe and Adriana in class, right? Kayla and Samara, you were home that whole year? Yeah. So it was like a small group, but that came to school that year. So, but as we move forward, we're always looking for partnerships too. When I was in the academy, my mom offered internships through her business. Remember, I wanted to know what my mom did for work, but I didn't go work for her. I went and worked somewhere. I worked at a chemical bank back then. But always looking for even partnerships with have many parents over the years, actually employ students at their places of work throughout these internships or work-based learning experiences. So a very common question. So I was prepared for that one. All right. Any other questions?